Welcome to Flippin' Trinkets and Treasures. We are two Southern ladies on a journey to find new treasures. Every day is a new adventure and a chance to step into the past and learn about where we come from. To add to our growing collection of pretty things and make a few bucks along the way. This is our passion. It's how we make our living, and more important than anything, it's fun. So come along for the ride and we can travel our next adventure together. See you there. Hi everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to our channel. We're gonna do things, this has been kind of a trend with us lately, but we're gonna do things a little different today. First with us just traveling around town, then we do a sold video, and now we're just doing a chat video. We do have one thing that we want to show you probably a little bit later, but for overall, we just want to have a discussion with people.
A discussion with each other.
Yeah.
With a camera.
Yeah. And as you can see, we're actually looking a little different today. We're trying to update our stuff. Like, you know, we're trying to make things better as we go along. Which is part
of what we wanted to talk about, is that, you know, as we've said before, we're not professionals in any of this. But we do have a heart for it. We do have a desire for it. And we really believe that this business can work and that it will work. But we live, you know, week to week just like everybody else. And we work out of our living room. We're sitting on our sofa. And we recognize that our previous videos, you know, haven't looked as professional as other people's might and do. And so we strive to always be moving forward. And at this point in time, the best forward that we can do is to change our background. So what did we do?
We got creative.
We got creative and kept within our budget. So we went to Goodwill. And I didn't paint my walls. I hung a sheet. And we bought a comforter to match that sheet. And then we bought what?
Oh, because the lighting was awful on our video, so we just bought, actually, it's just one of those office lamps that has the arm and it kind of hangs. But we had gone to our honey hole, which is actually the community center uptown Elkton, and bought a lamp for like $1 and a light bulb, and just trying to brighten it up, because like for the longest time it was just, I mean, I don't know, for some reason it just feels a lot darker than it really is. But this looks, I feel like it looks better already.
So, you know, we may not be growing fast as a company, you know, as a business, but as Jennifer and I have talked about it with each other, as long as we're moving forward and we can see growth.
Absolutely. Well, and you know, here's the thing. We've been doing, okay, I keep going back on my timeline, but it's going on 2 years that we've been doing the hard goods, like the glassware, the pottery and stuff. But seriously, for almost, 6 months to a year. And in that time period, okay, if we go back 2 years, when we first started this, and compared to where we are today, it's like night and day. Like, we have at least doubled what we were, which is, I mean, we were doing pretty well before, but we've doubled, especially as far as how much we've sold, to how much we're making per item. Like, from the beginning, we've learned so much about the items that we purchase and the things that we're selling, and we're continuously learning, because that's a never-ending process. Like, it's never going to be, we're never going to know everything, like, ever.
You know, our hopes one day is to be able to own our own building or our own office where we don't have to work out of our living room.
It's pretty much our whole house.
Yeah.
It's not just our living room. It's our living room, our kitchen, the back bedroom, the computer room. I mean,
we are wall-to-wall boxes and storage items and shipping materials, and
this is our office. And you know, and the thing is,
we have walking space.
Yeah, which we're actually working on that, and kind of condensing everything and putting it in one location, hopefully. But you know, this is this, I mean, it's our home. We live here, yeah, but this is our business place. This is where we place business. So we, you know, sometimes you have to sacrifice certain things for time until you can get settled, get organized, and get to a place where you can do what you need to do more comfortably, you know. But right now we're having to sacrifice certain things just to make sure our business can run the way that we're allowed to run it right now. And I don't want any of this to make it seem like we're like sympathy. Oh, you know, we're not very good off right now. I mean, we're actually okay right now, and you know, and we're selling things every single day, every week, and we're growing every week. You know, like, and this is, I mean, like I said, we're not trying to get like, you know, sympathy votes. It's just we're trying to be kind of transparent with, you know, how things work for us. I mean, this is our life. And, you know, I mean, some of the people that we know may not understand it. They might not even understand why we care about the things we do, which is fine. Because everybody cares about things and has a passion about different things.
And we do have a passion for this.
I mean,
when we first started out, we were doing clothing, shoes, houseware, cosmetics, anything and everything.
Anything we could make $1 on. And we did okay.
And we did okay, but it was just a job at that time.
Oh, it was, and it was so much more work, and I don't think we realized just how much work it was until we started doing this. I mean, this is work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
but it's a fun work.
Yeah, and even with the shipping and the package things, it's worth it.
You know, I even dreaded going to Goodwill and moving one item of
clothing,
one T-shirt at a time to find the right one. Having to go through racks and racks and racks just to find a few items that were worthy to resell. I was just miserable.
And the thing is with the clothing, I mean, more power to those who are reselling for clothes.
But for us,
because, you know, whatever floats their boat, if they like that, go for it. But for us, it was such a hassle. It
was a drudgery.
I mean, it was you had to go out and source everything. You had to go through every single piece of clothing, every shoe. You know, and then you come home, you have to wash things, you have to lay them out, you have to like make sure it's straight, and you know,
measure everything.
Measure everything. But we measure this stuff too, but it's different. It's just different. It's less complicated.
But when we got into ceramics and porcelains and potteries and glass, we found what we loved.
And I didn't even realize I would love it until I think I said in the previous video, when we first got into this, it was a friend of ours that introduced us to it, actually, because he had bought a bunch of stuff from a yard sale. I think he bought out a yard sale, and he just needed a place to store the stuff for a while. And he brings it in, and I'm like, whoa. And we started looking it up, and we were going to sell some of the stuff for him on eBay. And we started selling stuff, and it was like, oh my goodness, there is some money here. And so we
started appreciating those historical pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to say. Is like at first it was about the money, about how much we could make some, you know, money on this stuff, and then it's just the more we found, and you know, when we started watching certain YouTubers, you know, and seeing what they were buying and what they were excited about, it made us be like, oh, I want to find one of those too. I want to find that and that and that. And then when you start finding those things, and you're like, oh, I found it. Oh my God, I found it. It's like the ultimate treasure hunt. Like I cannot say that enough, and it's so exciting. You know, actually, maybe we should go ahead and show this.
Okay.
Since that kind of goes into this. One of the things, I mean, we're always into art glass, and like that's Murano, that's Empoli. You know, we're into a lot of things, but
Hager,
the glassware
McCoy.
and the art glass, I think, is my ultimate favorite. But we were at the Goodwill. Now, we've actually had this piece for a couple weeks, but we weren't sure what to do with it. But I could not buy it. I could not leave it in there. But we were at the Goodwill a couple weeks ago. And, of course, the Goodwill has, this is the one in Hawkinsville, by the way. It's my favorite. I love that Goodwill. It's the smallest one we go to, but we get some of the best stuff there. Anyway, so when you first go into the Goodwill, to the right is, what, 3 full front to back shelves, shelving units versus of glassware and pottery and plates and stuff like that. But then on the wall right past that is a glass display case, and they'll put some of the stuff that they think is, you know, too good to put on the shelves in the glass case. So we're walking past it, and Mom's like, "Hey Jennifer, you may want to get a look at this." And I guess she ran off to the bathroom thing and left me looking at it, and it, I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And I had them open it up so that I could look at it. And here's the thing. This thing is like big, okay? But I put it in my hands and I looked at the bottom of it, and I was like, "Oh, I don't care how big this is. We've got to take it." You know, it was like $12 to buy it, but like,
in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing compared
it's
to what
amazing.
it's worth.
So I'll show you what it is. Now I might have to lean back because it's pretty freaking huge.
What'd you say?
I said freaking.
Okay.
I've gotten good about not cussing on screen, okay? Anyway, I don't know if you can even, oh my god. This is, I told you, it's huge.
See if you can hold it up to the brown back. No,
That lays
is
it
it too
in.
high?
Okay, let's get a little closer just so you can see part of it. Now this is blown glass.
Hand blown.
Hand blown, yeah. And it's huge, but it's amber. But I'm gonna see if I can't get that. Let me see
And it's
where
called a console dish.
yeah, okay, right here. And I don't know if you can read it or not, but it says Chalet. Okay, now in the same vein as like Murano and some of the other major glass makers, Chalet is one of two well-known glass makers in Canada. But I mean, they're highly. Here's the thing: I say that, and it's Chalet, which is its own brand. But the people who started Chalet, the originators, actually came from Murano.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I mean, technically, it's kind of a Murano piece because it's made by the people who came from Murano. They were trained there, but it's Canadian. And I can't remember the other name of the other company that does the two most well known. I can't remember what that one is, but anyway, point of it is, this is excellent, like so well made, and like I said, it's huge, but I could not pass this up. I could not for $12, because it's gonna go for. I mean, if we ever get around to figuring out how to ship it, and is it marked? Is it a crack? I don't think so. I think it's just gunk. It is. It's just gunk. I was freaking out. It's okay. So it was something dry. Anyway, if we can ever figure out how to ship this, it's going to be worth well past double our money on it. It should probably be like $60, $70 for this piece. And you said it's called a console bowl, which most of the time they're kind of conversational pieces, like the people will put on their end table, or somewhere with a focal point. I mean, come on, how can this not be a discussion starter? Like, where did you get that?
And these aren't just points, they're called rays. Like a ray of sunshine, it's the rays.
Oh, but it's just,
And the bottom is all smooth and polished, and below the console part, it's actually clear. All it is
this right here.
And these are feet. It's called footed.
But it's just, I mean, minute bubbles. It's just beautiful. But yeah, I have no idea how or if we're gonna be able to ship this. But I mean, to know what it is and what it's worth. And again, a year ago, we probably wouldn't have been like as excited about it. But when you learn about things, where they come from and who makes them, and you know how much they're worth. Whether you sell it or not, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of brings me to another point. We paid $12 for it at Goodwill, but we'll probably, if we can figure out how to ship it, we'll probably end up listing it for between $60 and maybe $75, maybe $80. Well, we'll have to see. But anyway, and some of you might be wondering, how do you expect to tell people on your videos that you only paid $12 for this item and you're going to charge us $75? And the answer to that is first of all, that's the price of vintage and antique glass, pottery, and ceramics. That's part of it. But the other part is that we're also, yes, we're trying to make a living for ourselves, but we also provide a service.
And if you think about it, we're the ones doing the work.
We're doing all of the legwork.
It's not just, it's not just, oh, you bought it for $12 and sold it for $70. There's all this stuff in between that. I mean, this is actually we go out and buy it. I mean, because here's the thing, and I don't want to sound ugly about this, but what I was going to say is, the thing is, you didn't go out and buy it. Like, if
You didn't have to drive anywhere. You didn't have to spend gas. You didn't have to spend time walking up and down aisles looking for the right thing. And when we shop, we try to make sure that we're buying for you the best that we can for the money that we have to spend.
And then part of our cost, I mean, we don't charge a shipping and handling fee, but that's kind of included in the price of what we're selling it for. Because we have to come home, clean it up, take pictures of it, list it.
We have to edit all those pictures.
Even these videos, I have to edit these videos now. But then when it comes to shipping, we have to wrap it and wrap it and
we
wrap it
have
some
to
more.
buy the shipping materials.
Yes, and the shipping materials that we have to buy in order to ship things.
So all of that.
And even in that, there's also eBay fees. I mean, we do make a profit on our items, but it's not quite as much
as you might think it is.
Yeah, because we have to work for our profits, because there's a lot of stuff that comes out of that. There's the cost of goods. You're going to take the $12 out of that $75. You're going to take the shipping out, the cost of goods, shipping, and then eBay fees can be anywhere between 12 to 15% per item. And plus, there's a subscription fee. Now, not everybody does the subscription fee to their store, but we have so many items in our inventory that it actually pays for us to have. We need to have a subscription to the eBay store because we list so much. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a convenience as well. That's one of the things we provide is a convenience, because the stuff that we're shipping, I could actually kind of understand if someone lived here in the state that we live in. If we were selling locally and we bought for $12 and sold for $70, we're local, and they'd be like, well, why are you quadrupling and whatever how much you paid for it? But most of the stuff that we sell goes to California, New York, overseas. Convenience for them. There's things that we have in our state, in our
country,
in our country, and like our region, that aren't available in other states. So we provide a service in that instance that actually the majority of the stuff we sell is in like other regions, like. So I mean, and it's the same for them. Like, they have things that we don't have, and so you'll go on eBay and you'll buy stuff from them. It's just it's a matter of depending upon what your state or your surrounding area is known for. We're in the South, so we have a lot of Southern antiques. And there's things up north that they have an abundance of. It just depends on where you are. And people are willing to pay for it. You'd be surprised how much people are willing to pay for something.
And for the most part, I'd say most of our customers understand that in the final price that we're pricing our items as, it's not just about the item. Mostly it is. I'd say probably 95% of it is, because it is a vintage item.
Yeah.
And especially if you get things at Goodwill, yes, they're there to make money too for the programs that they have that help the needy. But their items are generally pretty cheap, even though they might know that it's worth a little bit more. And that's to benefit the consumer who's buying that product as well. So it's just but I promise you that Jennifer and I, when we set a price to something, we actually price it sometimes $20 below what everybody else is selling it for.
We're very fair, and we're a lot more fair than some people.
You know, because we're not trying to rob people blind. We're not trying to get rich quick, and you know, we're willing to work.
Oh, and we take offers all the time. I mean, sometimes it's just to get rid of stuff, but then sometimes you'll get that sob story, and we're like tenderhearted, and it's like they're probably pulling wool over our eyes, and they're just lying to get their way. But I still, you know, someone's like, my great aunt is 90 years old, and she loves this, and her birthday's next week, and blah blah blah. It's like, oh,
Okay.
all right. But I think it's probably, hold on, pause for a second. Anyway, back to it.
But this is just one way of us all making sure, of June and Mom making sure that we're all on the same page, and that everybody understands where we're coming from.
Right. And by no means are we trying to be negative. This is,
No,
I mean,
not
it's
at
not a
all.
negative conversation at all. It's just an upfront, truthful and honest.
And not only that, but if anybody is thinking about doing a business like this is informational, and it's a knowledge base for someone else.
I had a thought and I lost it. No. I forgot where I was going. But yeah, this was just something we discussed doing for the last couple of days. Because we got some questions from some of our friends and family about like this kind of, you know, these topics. And, you know, I at the time I was like, oh, I see where you're coming from. I'll have to think about it. Excuse me, but I mean, the reality of it is, this is a business, and we have a specific business model that we go by.
And plus, we don't have anything to hide.
No,
You know,
we're not trying to do anything shady or
Not trying to be
underhanded
shady.
or dishonest.
if we paid $2 for something, I don't care if you know it.
Right? You know, and this is just a reality here. If that is a problem for the person that is looking at it, they don't have to buy it.
Oh no,
You know,
absolutely not. Just because you're,
I understand where they're coming from.
that's
I
another
do
thing.
understand it.
Just because if you watch our videos all the way through, and believe me, there's very few who do.
Yeah. You know, and
But
that's the
if
thing.
you do, and you see something,
Share with your friends.
And if you do, and you see something that you like and you want to buy it, well, fine, go to our eBay store and find it, you know, research it out and buy it. But by no means, if you watch one of our videos, does it mean you have to buy anything that you see in that video. We're just letting people know what's out there, and what it, you know.
And really, it's a 50-50 thing. I mean, yeah, we're making these videos to make people aware of the things that we buy and the things that we purchase, but we're also, you know, are actually trying to get people to buy our stuff. But the other half of it is just being so excited
that we want to share.
You know, and you may understand it, you might not. Again, everybody has their likes and dislikes, you know, and that's absolutely fine. But Mom and I really just wanted to be upfront about why we do what we do, why we love it, you know, and why, even if you don't, I think maybe you can understand why we do. You know, and it's just, you know, we want to be friends with everybody, you know, and we want everybody to be friends with us. And different likes makes for a different, you know.
And see, I'm actually looking forward to the time when we can go live and actually have conversations with people that aren't in Elkton.
Right?
I mean,
Or
not-
nearby.
or, you know, not that I wouldn't like that, because I would. But the point being that the universe is vast. And
This continent is vast.
yes. And it would be so much fun to be able to be in contact with people who are across the nation, you know.
You know, and of course that comes with its own difficulties, because you have your people that are supportive and want to just talk to you and just, you know, get to know each other and get excited together about the same things. Then of course you have your trolls. So that's what I'm preparing myself for when we actually get to the point where we're doing lives.
Which
It's getting the negative Nancy's.
And the point I was trying to make is that we have to have before we can ever go live and be able to see each other and talk to each other or whatever, we have to have a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of hours that our videos are watched before YouTube will let us do that.
They call it, it's called getting monetized. That's where once we get a certain level of viewers and views, we get monetized, which means we actually can start earning from our videos, which is going to help our business as well. So like and subscribe. Share with your friends. No, but seriously, I mean,
buy all of our products.
for the most part, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, okay, at the end of the day, we do need money to survive. That is a reality. We need money to survive. However, this aspect of it, I would really just like to get people to talk to us, you know, and tell us we're doing a good job, tell us we did something wrong. You know, I mean, I'm a big girl, I can handle criticism, you know, but I would like to have some more interaction with people. It's kind of tough just being me and Mom. There's not so much I can tell her, like, when I talk to her.
I mean, it's been she and I her whole life pretty much, you know.
Yeah. You know,
and we live together.
And that's that girl that lives with her mother. But anyway, I think we've kind of carried on quite a while, and we've got to the points that we were really wanting to discuss and you know, bring out to you guys. But we're moving forward, and we're learning every day, and we're improving everything, and that's coming even more. You know, actually, I think we've decided to take the next couple of days off to get, and we haven't done that in months, like taking a day, like a couple of days off.
Nope.
I mean, we'll still do like the listing and the shipping, but everything else is gonna come to a hold for a bit, so we can get things restructured here at the office, at our house, and then we'll see where we go from there. But let me just address really quick that I know that we said that we were going to go to Springfield, and we were going to. I also gave a little disclaimer that it might change, and it has. But we just decided that, I mean, we're going to go to Springfield. We will. It's just not this weekend. But we wanted to just do a quick check-in, an info dump, pretty much. But starting this upcoming week, we'll have a shopping video, a haul video, and probably another sold video coming up. But I thought this was important, and Mom thought this was important. And every once in a while, we'll probably, you know, do a video like this just to kind of touch base and to let everybody know where we are and what we're doing. Freaking allergies. Anyway, but unless Mom has anything else, I think that's about all that we've, you know, got that we want to talk to you about. Don't forget that we do have our eBay store, our Facebook page, and our Instagram in the oh my god, description below. Stupid simple words. And we're always, like I said, we're always looking for friends and people that want to interact with us, because that's what our real goal is for YouTube, is to get in contact with other people and have them want to be involved in what we're doing. But for all our current and future viewers, we love you.
We do.
And
for the ones who are supporting us,
yes, it
thank
means
you.
a lot.
We just appreciate it so much, and we see your likes and submissions.
And those people are usually people who probably they don't understand what we're doing, but they don't care. They love us, and we appreciate that. But that's it. I guess we will get back to doing what we were doing, and we will see you next time.
All right, have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.